He's got a stream and he can't even skate. Oh, hey, how you doing? Steve Dangle here. It's great to see you. Welcome to the Sportsnet YouTube channel and watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. Goodness gracious, this team is ruining my life. But it's definitely not ruining these streams. God, are they fun. What has happened the last three streams? Let me think about that. It might not be the last three, but they blew a 4-1 lead against Chicago, won. They blew a 4-1 lead against the Avalanche, won. And then I believe our last stream, it's difficult to tell because a lot of the games have been similar. If I'm not mistaken, they blew a 3-1 lead against the St. Louis Blues because Sid Sixero, he brought the bad mojo. But the Leafs ended up winning 6-5. In their last 5 games, the Leafs have blown a 4-1 lead, lost, blown a 3-1 lead, won, lost to the Coyotes, blew a 3-1 lead, won, blew a 3-1 lead, lost. Now they're taking on the New York Islanders, who have been very bad, except for recently, they've been very good. You don't really know what to expect from any game over the last little bit on account of this season's been a little disrupted. It's been a little strange. Players out of the lineup for injury reasons, COVID protocol reasons, all kind of reasons, and it's actually affecting the Leafs lineup tonight. We'll talk about that real quick before we get to puck drop. First line, untouched for the Leafs. Bunting, Matthews, Marner. Kerfoot, Tavares, Nylander's the second line, unchanged. Mikheyev, Kampf, Engvall. That's not the healthy third line, but it's what it's been for the last few games. On the fourth line, we get the only changes up front. Simmons, Spezza, Anderson. I like Joey Anderson, and I like that he's getting another look. I hope they bump his ice time a little bit so we actually get to know who this kid is. But, so Nick Ritchie's like out. Dude's a healthy tonight, if I'm not mistaken. On defense, Hall still out. Muzzin still out. So it is as follows. Riley Brody. Hey! Sandin Liljegren. Ooh, I like it as a third pair, but as a second pair, it has gotten its head kicked in the past couple games. And then Carl Dahlstrom making his Leafs debut on the left side of the third pair. Travis Dermott on the right. Now, I saw some questions about why the Leafs are going that way, and I have a theory. Even though Dermott has played most of his Leafs career on the left side, I think we've learned this season he's far better on the right. The pairing of him and Biega did not work. That honestly might have been his worst game ever. So hopefully he can pull it together a little bit better with Dahlstrom. Easier said than done. And Peter Mrazek getting the start in net for the Leafs. He's got to play more because Jack Campbell is looking tired. Everybody tired. New York Islanders, I believe 7-2-1 in their last 10, something along those lines. They're hot. 16 points out of a playoff spot last I checked. It's unbelievable. Before the season began, I picked them to win the division. And the reason for that, I don't think I was going off the board. You can talk about playoff success versus regular season success. But there is an argument that they've been the second best team in hockey over the past couple years. And I say that because Tampa is the best, clearly the best. They've won back-to-back cups. The Islanders took Tampa to 6 games in the third round 2 years ago in the bubble, and to 7 games in a game 7 that I believe was only 1-0. Andrei Vasilevsky just standing on his head again. The Islanders are the real deal. That's why I picked them. They didn't have a ton of changes, but here they are. Yes, I was right. 7-2-1 in their last 10, and they've won 3 straight. They did play yesterday, though. So that works in the Leafs' favor a little bit. We know they're going to be stingy on both sides of the puck. The Leafs have shut out the Islanders, I believe, in back-to-back games. Yes, I feel nervous using that term. Shut out. But I believe those last 2 shutouts came from Michael Hutchinson and Joseph Woll. So maybe starting Mrazek, maybe that's the secret sauce. You got to get a backup in there, unless it's Garrett Sparks. Remember that? Underrated bad Babcock decision. Everyone talks about Jason Spezza being a healthy scratch in his Leafs home debut. Dude, the Tavares return to Long Island. They played the backup. I think it was the second half of a back-to-back, but get a clue. That place was a Metallica concert. You threw him to the Wolves. That wasn't nice. It was quite mean. It was mean. Excuse me as oh my goodness. We're going to turn that off. There we go. Does Ron McLean adjust his camera? Mid-show. On a somber note, Islanders legend Clark Gillies passed away this week. If you don't know, and I got to admit, as someone born in the late 80s, so I was born in 88, I have a bit of a historical hockey blind spot for the Dynasty Islanders, but they were the real deal. Third leading scorer in their first cup year was Clark Gillies. Mike Bossy gets all the accolades. Brian Trottier in there as well, obviously, in a team that had Dennis Potvin. But Clark Gillies was a big part of that dynasty where they won the 1980, 1981, 1982, and 1983 Stanley Cup. They almost won 5 straight, but they ran into this little team in the Stanley Cup Finals you might know as the Wayne Gretzky Edmonton Oilers. That's actually who they beat the year previous in the Stanley Cup Final. There was a tweet from Justin Bourne, who's obviously part of the Islanders family. We want to say thanks to everyone for the tremendous outpouring of love and support. Clark was a giant of a man, an inspiration, so loving and loved. I know this leaves a hole in the heart of many Long Islanders. If you'd like to donate to his charity, it's Clark Gillies, ClarkGillies.org/donations. And if you go there, I was just opening it up now, you can make a donation. And I believe there's going to be a ceremony, but obviously we're not seeing that right now here up in Canada. Puck drop is coming up very soon. It's a big game. Big game for both teams. It's weird. It's not like most years, and I'm not talking about it in terms of restrictions and all that. I'm talking about it in terms of we're getting pretty close to the end of January here. And most of the league is still under 40 games. Some teams well under 40 games. This is usually the point in the year where if you're out of it and well out of it, you got no shot. I don't really think that's the case. The Islanders, I was talking about where they are in the standings. They are 3 points behind Columbus for 5th in the Metropolitan, and then there's a massive 19-point gap between them and the Capitals. Here's the kicker. The Blue Jackets have played 38 games. The Capitals have played 41. The Islanders are sitting at 33. They played a ridiculous amount of road games to start the season because they did not have a home rink to play in. Remember, they were getting their new arena was still getting fixed up. The Islanders, oh my God. Underratedly bad as long as I'm staring at the standings. I saw Peyton Krebs scored his first NHL goal today. And I was like, hey, that's good. And I was going to say something about the Sabres, who are 5th last in the league in points percentage. But, I mean, based on what we expected out of them coming into the season, I'd still say their season is going well. Then I saw they were beating the Flyers 4-2 after 1. And I looked at the standings, and the Flyers are the team ahead of them. They're 6th last. I had no idea they were that bad. They're tied with the Islanders in the Metro standings with 34 points. Islanders, though, 33 games played. Flyers, 41! I know there are flaws with that team, but make a general effort. That's disastrous. They're also one of the worst teams in the NHL in terms of goal differential. Fourth last, negative 39. Ew. That's disgusting. But enough about the Flyers. Focusing on another team with orange in their jersey. Sheldon Keefe called the Toronto Maple Leafs soft. Soft and purposeless in their last post-game press conference. And it didn't turn into the media storm that Leon Draisaitl getting called pissy did. And the reason is there was just truth to it. There was truth. I've been asked the question from some Leaf fans, because I've been hard on the team. I've been asked, do you think this is potentially an issue because a ton of the team was on protocol, a ton of the team had COVID, not everyone recovers at the same rate? And I was sitting there and I'm like, well, they are still playing the games. The NHL is hell-bent on continuing the season and marching forward. But I don't know, maybe this is something we can't ignore. But then the coach essentially takes that game at face value, calls them soft and purposeless, kind of buries them a little bit. And Morgan Riley's asked about it the next day, and he said he's not really wrong. And shouldn't I trust the Leafs when it comes to their opinion about themselves? That's sort of how I feel about it. Last week, if you were here, Sid Sixero joined us for a big chunk of that game, the most exciting chunk. Not the chunk where the Leafs were just running all over the St. Louis Blues, the chunk where the Blues came back and then took the lead and the Leafs got it back and this and that and, well, whatever, the Leafs ended up winning. Today, it's not Sid, we have Tim. At first intermission, we're going to have Tim McAuliffe of Tim and Friends. First intermission, he's going to join us, and he'll be with us for all of the second period. So that's new. Something else new, and I already see the chat. I know you're going to be upset about this, and I'm just here to let you know, please do not take it out on me. Please do not take it out on our fine moderators. We're going to have some ads, okay? No. Hey, you stop it. Do you have a mortgage? Do you have bills? Do you have stuff to pay for? Well, okay. We're trying to pay for stuff. All right? These toys on the wall weren't free. They actually weren't. I would love to say I got a bunch of these for free. Man, I super didn't. I paid for all these. I counted and there's like 75. I have a problem. Anyway, we're going to be trying ads, so you're going to see that. But it's not going to be one of those situations where you're like, well, how long is left? We're going to have a countdown thing and everything. Don't worry. It's cool in 2022 and space age and shut up. Okay? Does Ron McLean say shut up? I should probably stop comparing myself to someone who actually knows what they're doing. You know? You know what I mean? You know? God, he's amazing. You ever met Ron McLean? He's majestic. He's like a eagle who's a mammal. You know? You know what I mean? You don't? Anyway, watch the Leafs game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Puck drop happening momentarily. Toronto Maple Leafs, New York Islanders. Will there be a snake thrown on to the ice? Perhaps live. We do not know. Hey, Leaf fans, want to feel really bad about yourselves? Who's the last team the Leafs played? That's right, the New York Rangers. Rangers scored 5 unanswered goals against the Leafs. That was bad, right? Cool. Well, on the out-of-town scoreboard, 6.5 minutes into the game, the Arizona Coyotes are up 1-0 on the Rangers, and the shots are 8-1 Coyotes. Oh, boy. What happened there? Oh, hockey just doesn't make sense. Hockey just doesn't make any sense. The Sens are up on the Capitals. None of this makes sense. Hurricanes up 2-0 on the Devils. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. God, the Devils suck. And, like, they find a way to suck differently every year. The Devils and the Flyers are a lot alike, where they actually make changes, and none of it helps. Anyway. Oh, puck drop. The identity line on the ice starting for the Islanders.
Wearing a number 9 patch on their sweaters for the rest of the season.
Leaf identity line starting for the Leafs.
Ilya Mikheyev's got the puck.
I actually really like this line of Mikheyev, Kampf, and Engvall. No disrespect to Engvall, who just made a good pass to a wide open Morgan Riley. A rebound! Oh, Engvall almost buried one. I was going to say this line will be at its best when it's Mikheyev, Kampf, and Kasha. I think that line's going to be ridiculous. Ridiculously annoying.
Matt Martin, the former Leaf, is after it. Now Austin Matthews will take over.
Peter Mrazek in his road white pads. Oh, dear. Guys.
Stop that.
Let's see here.
But Matthews with an 11-game point streak on the road, one shy of a Maple Leaf record.
They're good for cardio. Oh, if Matthews stayed on side there, that's enough. Call it off. He wins the heart.
Into the building. And for Sheldon Keefe, he goes with the Camp line that's very equally as aggressive. They get a great chance with Morgan Riley coming down the side. Mayfield coming off a great
Here's Mayfield. Oh, my God. That's Brock Nelson just... Man, he had lots of time and space. He just sort of bobbled it. There's a Leaf fan, I got to say. Good! Bit of a harrowing start. Liljegren looking to have a much better game. Then, man, he's had a tough couple games. I know he scored his first NHL goal against the Blues. He was not good in his own end in that game. Oh, here we go. Yeah, bud.
And Mayfield sends the rebound to the boards. Upended there was bunting. And
you hand pass to yourself? Looks like the Leafs drew a penalty here. And they got possession. Extra attacker is out. It's Willie over the boards. Oh! I like that pass. Oh. I don't like that one so much. Whatever, the Leafs head to the power play. I want to say this was bunting. Man, this guy's a penalty drawing machine. Here comes Austin. Oh, maybe it was Austin. People get on him for being soft or whatever. Oh, it was the bunting one. Okay. People get on him for, you know, because there's that image of him from the playoffs where he wouldn't fight Sherratt or whatever. First of all, what's he doing fighting Ben Sherratt? But Matthews, as he's gotten older, has played with so much more power. He understands how big he is now. Shot on. Stopped.
It is stopped by Varlamov.
You know, you have your ups and downs as a power play. You think earlier in the year this
he's playing with more power, but what I was going to say is this year I've noticed how much speed he plays with. Zdeno Chara is on the Islanders, by the way, in case you forgot. You probably didn't forget. You probably did forget until that clip went viral this past week of him beating the brakes off of someone in a fight and then having mercy on them.
The power play brought to you by Kit Kat Chunky, made for hunger. Leafs over their last 11.
God, he's a scary man.
New York Islanders.
I've never met Zdeno Chara. He walked by me once at an NHL media thing, and it was just a holy moly moment. He's just huge.
Allowed one in the last 4, and much like Alder game,
he's huge in a way that height and weight doesn't properly describe, if that makes sense. Oh, I think the Leafs held the zone there, and now they got a little bit of possession. One-timer. Mitch trying to chip it in front, doesn't work. Tavares, God, I hope he scores a hat trick tonight.
Back to Austin Matthews, down low, Nylander. Cizikas without a stick, as Matthews.
Ooh, what a pass!
Riley.
Oh, what a play! Islander without a stick. That could have been dangerous if he had it, but he didn't. Fifths and butts were candy and nuts. Islanders would have had a breakaway.
the stick, so try to take advantage of him, but a good read by Clutterbuck to take
I gotta say,
lane and not allow that to get over.
it's hard to have an opinion about Peter Mrazek as a Leaf fan on account of he's only played 4 games. This is number 5. The one thing I wish he had done differently is checked the list of Leaf goalies to wear 35. Is he the first Leaf goalie to wear 35 since Toskala? No, we don't talk about that. It's like Voldemort. He must not be named. Islanders kill that one off. Oh boy. Leafs with a couple looks, but nothing really on net in that one.
Leafs get organized in their own zone, and TJ Brody brings them out. Onto the right side it goes, and a collision there, and
we getting another one? Or was that offside?
Just past the 4-minute mark.
Reminder that I cannot hear the broadcast, so if you hear me guessing, that's why.
You know, on power play, you're looking for Austin Matthews. Everybody knows it. Here's the play down low, trying to go cross seam. It's not there now.
Willie's unbelievable. That little play there. The hand-eye to just corral that. Ridiculous. Good stick from Clutterbuck. Oshawa General legend.
On the way back, though, another penalty for slashing by Beauvillier.
It's Beauvillier going to the box. The Leafs cannot waste this. Part of me wonders, are they afraid to take a lead?
So Beauvillier in the box. Tavares on this face-off and wins the draw. He has been red hot in the last dozen games or so in the face-off circle.
Come on, JT. Come on, JT. God, I wish I could hear the feed. I want to hear the boos.
Here on the island.
Come on, JT.
Lander behind the net. Finds Marner. Mitch Marner. Back down
Yeah.
low.
Oh, he's right there. He's right there, Willie. Oh, you're killing me, bud.
It comes back up top, and now Austin Matthews.
Oh.
Good stick there to deflect
Mitch holds it.
line, but not out.
Matthews has been looking for that pass for Mitch. It's a cheeky little pass, but to me it feels low percentage. It's hard to call anything Matthews does low percentage. But I don't know. I don't know how many more times I want to see them try that. Puck out of play. Is the top unit? No, they are not. They are changing.
This is obviously his second game back into this new building this year.
Matthews skating by Chara. What do you think he's saying? Can you bloody retire already? Ooh! Here's that. Oh, I can't believe Willie held on to that. A tweet from Thomas McCutcheon. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. The last Leaf goalie to wear 35 was Curtis McElhinney.
Once again, the Islanders.
What's wrong with me? So Toskala wore it, then Jaguar, Drew McIntyre, Jonas Enroth, Curtis McElhinney, and now Peter Mrazek. All wore 35. Thank you, Thomas McCutcheon.
Nice redirect pass to Bunting. Now Sandin across. There's Wayne Simmons, 102.
Simmer working it around.
Bunting's got goals in the last 2 in front, and Spezza's shot rejected.
Chara looks like he's laboring a little bit.
Back to the line for Sandin.
God, he's so huge. Look at him. Rasmus.
Sandin rolling back into the Leaf zone. Clutterbuck peels off.
15 seconds. If they can
final dozen seconds of this
trap the Islanders in their own zone, it'll be, well, enough of that. Islanders dump it.
Tough start for both teams when you have 2 power plays.
And that'll do it.
It's the same guys playing.
Only 1 shot on that power play.
A rotation in his lineup.
6.5 minutes into this game. Less than 6.5 minutes into this game. And the Leafs wasting a couple pretty good opportunities to get the lead. In a building that's not exactly the easiest to get the lead. Leafs not taking a penalty there. I assume the building is losing its mind.
Deep in the zone, and David Camp goes after it. Here's Robin Salo turning back.
There's Joey Anderson out there, 28.
Continues to be a regular in the Islander lineup in the absence.
He'd probably be familiar with the Islanders. He's played most of his NHL hockey with the Devils. Metropolitan matchup.
A lot more due to the injuries, and he's taken full advantage of it.
Another guy that has really come into his own, Noah Dobson.
Top line right back out there. Sheldon Keefe not being bashful.
Wearing number 8 paired with Zdeno Chara.
Depending on what the next whistle is, folks, there's Carl Dahlstrom, by the way, 48. And someone in front of the net! Oh, my God!
Wearing number 48. Will come back to the line. Mayfield across. And gets a return feed. Sends it on the right side. Barzal right on. Rebound. Pelican moved up. And now
they're all over the place. Okay, depending on when the next whistle is and what it is, we'll go to break for our first commercial break. Holy Leafs. Very interesting. Wasting a couple power play opportunities. We'll see if they can take the lead when we come back. Welcome back! I told you we'd be back. That wasn't so bad. By the way, I see your complaints about the... There. No. There. Better.
So clearly it was a challenge, but lately they've
Listen, it's difficult with an at-home setup with the camera.
Won 4 in a row, 6-1-1 in their
Oh dear.
last 8, and a chance there.
Islanders missed the net. This is Watch a Leafs Game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. We are 8 minutes into the first period. Toronto Maple Leafs and New York Islanders in a scoreless game. This is when John Shannon would scream at me and say, "It's not scoreless. The score is 0-0. Okay, fine. A goalless game. Gosh darn it. By the way, hilarious tweets from Luke Fox. 5 minutes ago, he goes, "No one has drawn more penalties than Michael Bunting with 23. 1 minute later, he goes, "Make that 24. Bunting. Unreal. Unreal.
Like the rest of the team, a slow start.
Barzal red hot in his last 13 games. Dude, I drafted him in fantasy, and I held on to him, and he would not snap out of the slump. He was brutal. Looks like he's finally done it. I don't regret dropping him. I ended up, you know who I got? Kyrou from the Blues. And he plays all 3 positions, according to Yahoo. Does he actually? I don't know. Don't correct them. Shut up. Don't screw this up for me. Leafs applying a little bit of pressure. Islanders can't get out of the zone. That's a good little play from Marner. What a pass!
Chara just knocked that out of the reach of Matthews.
Oh, how's that not interference from Chara? That's ridiculous. No, you've already called 2 Bunting penalties. Can't call it. Can't call it. Can't call it. You're doing your job. Islanders already have 2. You can't give them another one. What are you complaining about? What are you complaining about?
And again, might be advisable just to have words with Zdeno Chara.
Yeah, you know, he still.
What are you making dinner plans?
The amount of hockey that man has
Get on the
played,
bench.
but he's a guy that
Everyone
can
talks
handle
about this
himself
guy
physically still at his age.
and how he is as a
Puck in
leader,
there, he
and I
didn't see
don't
it, but
deny
he
that.
went right
It's
after it.
interference.
So forget
Guys.
about looking at the puck, he went right at the body and had a little.
He's
discussion with
definitely
the
a
officials
leader,
today.
but
That's
whenever I watch him do that crap, I'll love Zdeno Chara so much more after he retires.
You could stare down
Because when I watch him play, I just watch him get away with garbage every single night. Every single night. Ugh. That's so bad. Like, it's hard for the Leafs to complain on account of they had 2 power play opportunities and they wasted it. That's a penalty. Cross-checks a guy who does not have the puck. It's a penalty. I'd be very curious to know what the counter-argument is. Let me guess. No, it isn't. Shut up. It's a penalty. Always has been. It's just never called. Steve, it always has been. Well, not in the box score, no. God, he drives me nuts, man. He drives me nuts.
Called for a high stick. There's the high stick. The official with his arm up.
He just sort of thought about it and put it down, and Chara right after the play happened and said, "No, it wasn't my stick."
Shout out to whoever at Sportsnet got that. I believe that was Zdeno Chara getting called for a penalty.
A little bit of a grace from the official on that one.
Unreal.
Spencer wins the draw. Travis Durbin to shoot,
Oh!
and that just deflected wide of the
Leafs
corner
come
with
real close there.
Simmons
Dahlstrom
coming to
loves
Good
a
work
pinch,
by
doesn't he?
Joey Anderson in the corner.
Haven't
Simmons
seen him
takes
much in
away
this
from
game.
the
Whoa!
Tries the jam play.
Simmons taking the puck and almost burying it. Haven't seen a ton of Dahlstrom in this game, but whenever I have, he is aggressive.
Well, here's where you finally get away from a special teams
Oh.
and get some momentum with your bottom 6, and that's really important. You saw
That's a good enough little depth play there by Joey Anderson. Good shift. Good fourth line shift.
That's something that's been missing the production from the bottom 6 for a while. Other than Ilya Mikheyev, there hasn't been.
Dermott, the odd man out there, he's got to get off.
Puck shot in by Dermott. We're told that the fans may pay tribute to Clark Gillies with 9 minutes remaining in each period, so we'll listen for that here.
Oh!
As the clock
Willie!
just
Holy
above
smokes!
that mark right now.
He just cleaned out Chara and whoever his partner is. God, I love him. He's so underrated, man. Whoa!
John Tavares.
Bet they love that. Matt Martin running over John Tavares.
Yeah, almost right on cue, wasn't it, for Martin?
Oh, that's going to be a penalty. No, it is not. Okay, cool. Good. Good. Now we're tied for maybe should have been penalties.
Summing up their emotions to the impact Clark Gillies had on the franchise and just every player that comes through.
I was saying this on my podcast, guys.
A reminder of what this franchise.
I don't know if it's going to help them win hockey games, but I would like to see a fight or a big hit or just general pushback ever. Oh boy, that was almost a cheeky goal. Mrazek with the save.
Close call and the best chance for the Islanders in the opening 12 minutes.
Like, Kyle Clifford is not in the lineup tonight for the Leafs. But the last couple games, I was just sort of looking at him like, what do you do here? What do you do here? Oh, he's got decent underlying numbers for a fourth liner. Oh, wow, that's so interesting. That's so interesting that you should tell it to someone who cares, because this team gets pushed around all of the time, and just once I'd like to see him confetti gloves and fight someone. Jacob Trouba almost ran him over.
Well, you mentioned the young defenseman.
No one said anything. Yeah, I know the Rangers have Ryan Reeves, but, like, for goodness sake, man. Good stop by Mrazek. It's a good game. Good game so far here on Watch a Leafs Game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. No commercial this time. You relax. John Tavares getting hit by Matt Martin. I hope the Leafs win 7-0. And then Islanders fans go, yeah, but we got that hit. just the full-blown Rougned-Odor treatment. The Shelbyville treatment. Where, yeah, we got eliminated by you again in the playoffs. But one time Rougned-Odor punched Jose Bautista, and that was funny. That is my favorite Shelbyville, and the heroes of Shelbyville rose up. Now let's all celebrate with a warm glass of turnip juice. No one in Toronto cares that Bautista got punched. All we care about is beating the Texas Rangers. It's hilarious. Oh, God, that feels so good. Is that what, like, being a Bruins fan feels like? Or a Habs fan or a Blue Jackets fan? Or, God, there's way too many teams to beat the Leafs. Thank goodness for other sports. Thank goodness for other sports, man. Or I would never have the opportunity to chirp about beating the same team in the playoffs all the time. What is it going to take for the Leafs, man? What is it going to take? I think we can agree they're good enough. They were good enough last year. Until they very weren't. I think it's a between the ears thing. Just like it was for the Capitals. And they're not going to do it until they do. If that makes sense.
Momentum back the other way. That's the 93rd hit of the year for Matt Martin.
One day, they're just going to be like, look at that. We won a playoff series. And who knows? They could be unstoppable after that. They could get swept. But I just have a feeling it'll go to their legs.
In the third period last night.
I want some, whoa! One time. I want some watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle in the playoffs, baby. And I want to be doing them in the second and third round, too. And Stanley Cup final. Instead of doing them for Habs Vegas and Habs Tampa like I did last year. That didn't kill me inside at all. Actually, it didn't. Habs fans were nice. Which annoyed me. I wish they were jerks, so I could be like, I hate you. Ah, Spezza is getting a call, and I'm sad. So the veteran treatment works for tall veterans. You know, Spezza's tall. Why is he getting a penalty? He's a veteran and he's tall.
Casino games perfectly made for you.
Oh, that's mean. I don't like that. I think that's mean.
The fourth line comes right back out. So Keith trying to say, okay, follow it up with a good.
Yeah, Spezza.
Instead, there you see the one arm of
getting 2 minutes for you can't do that there on Noah Dobson. I don't know what he was thinking there, bud. Come on, man. If I had one criticism of Jason Spezza, and I have very few because I love him and I think he's perfect. He takes a few too many penalties for a fourth liner. Here's Mitch Marner on a partial break. He scores! Short-handed! Wow, did that happen in a hurry? Mitch Marner decides, you know what? Scoring a power play goal was fun. How about I score on the other team's power play as well? Mitchell Marner right off the face-off, and the Islanders, you know what? They just get their clock cleaned by, I think that was Morgan Riley there. Mitch with the moves. Goodness gracious, this thing just started. So he got stripped, and it's like the unintentional Kucherov. I love it. And about 10 seconds into the penalty kill, the Leafs take a 1-0 lead.
As the Leafs strike first, a short-handed.
I don't know if you're listeners of 32 Thoughts, the 32 Thoughts podcast with Jeff Merrick and Elliot Friedman, but Jeff Merrick's rule change proposal is when a team scores a shorthanded goal, their penalty is over. The power play is over. Right now, I'm in favor of that.
Into the Islanders' zone. Chris, that's such a hard read for the goaltender. As
how hilarious would that be?
On him from behind. He's trying to fight off his check. And
I don't remember what his policy is on 5-minute majors,
Puck dribbled right through the 5-hole.
Barzell's
Ooh,
pass
Dermott
didn't work.
can't
Again,
quite
the Leafs
clear. Mikheyev does, though.
And now it's Kerfoot.
And here's
Mikheyev
Kerfoot.
breaking. Here comes Liljegren.
Good
Dashing
pinch
in
from
on the right
Liljegren.
side.
It is shorthanded, though. I'm a little worried.
5 seconds remaining.
Just got to hold it, and
Penalty.
bail.
And
Islanders
Barzell
attacking with
starts
speed,
back
though.
for the Islanders.
Leafs standing flat at the line.
Gains access
Islanders
to
do
the
gain the zone.
Andrews
About
lead
30
on that
seconds to
left
go
side.
here on this
Back
penalty.
to
It's already
Barzell.
been killed
Johnson's available.
by
Here
the
comes Noah
shorthanded
Johnson.
goal, but the Islanders could even it up.
But didn't get to the net. They'll re-rack and it comes back up top.
Big
Johnson
shot.
lets it fly.
Mrazek with the
steers
aggressive
that
stop.
away. Right back to
15
young
seconds to
Noah
go on this
Johnson.
penalty kill.
Kerfoot checks Barzell. Liljegren.
That's a good kill from Liljegren,
Down the ice and
as the Leafs will waste the final few seconds here.
Power play of the night.
Kind of been a tough period for Peter Mrazek to get into a flow, hasn't he?
Leafs with as many shots as the Islanders
and even that penalty
on
kill
that
and
power
then
play.
the goal for his
And
team.
more goals!
Hasn't really been tested
Mitch
yet
Marner.
to this point in the game.
Good
Five
read.
shots, maybe that one good
Really
chance
good play
by
from Morgan Riley. I'm going to want another look.
And Cizikas, the former Mississauga junior, to the point. Mayfield shot that hit a leg and goes to the corner. Sharp angle there.
Oh my
and
God.
fired wide by Clutterbuck. Now across for Scott Mayfield. He scored from that spot.
I don't know what Mrazek's numbers are going to be, but he feels like the sort of goalie who could have a 940 save percentage, and I still wouldn't feel comfortable. Just his playing style is terrifying.
Tied up by Cizikas.
You see the Islanders D really trying to close
Very
in there,
80s,
pressure
90s.
up, trying to create a turnover. Mayfield came crashing in, but the Leafs able to win that battle and get the puck out.
Steve, what was hockey like when you were growing up?
Travis Dermott
Every
gets
goalie
down
was like
behind
Peter
the net.
Mrazek, but shorter.
Johnston trying to help his partner out, and now Tavares pokes
Just
along the boards. It's kept in, and that shot.
A bunch of men wearing ridiculously oversized pads, behaving absurdly for
Now Bailey couldn't
several
get it
hours.
to Beauvillier. And it's bounced out to center over the stick of Nylander. And now ahead for Tavares.
Here comes Tavares, cleaning out Chara. Chara having a bit of a tough game.
The predictable greeting from the fans, and it comes to Liljegren.
Lilligren looking a lot more confident tonight.
Tavares trying to center.
Tavares can't quite center it.
His former team all.
Wham! Oh, you got to shoot that, bud.
Liljegren and across.
Oh, maybe not.
Here comes Wayne Simmons off the bench, and he sent it wide of the net.
Lilligren thinks better of the
To
pinch.
go here in the first period, Mitch Marner with his ninth. of
Spets
the
is
year
strong on the
shorthanded.
boards.
The only tally so far.
After a few squirrely shifts,
That pass deflects
Leafs actually looking pretty good.
down into the Islanders zone, and Simmons gets
Big
it
hit
in
from
on
Simmons. He's
Dobson.
having a good game.
Here comes Barzell, the Coke Whitlam product.
By the way, you can leave a
Now
comment in the
Zarnik
chat,
gets it onto the left side. Salo is
and I can
knocked
answer
along
them.
the boards
It's just,
by
holy
Brody.
smokes. This has been a fast and furious game.
High up Barzell.
This has been going very
He
fast,
ahead,
right?
and it's Out to center, just out of the reach.
There's 2 minutes left in this period. It's 7:47. Okay.
Robin Salo with the Leafs changing. And
Great Nothing asked, what did you think of Keefe's comments? I sort of talked about them off the top, but for those of you who weren't there, Keefe called the team soft and purposeless after their loss against the New York Rangers, where the Leafs were up 3-1 and then gave up 5 unanswered goals. I thought it was just his honest opinion about the team. And I have to ask, where's the lie? They're way too soft in front of their own net, which is so strange because they've taken real strides in front of the opposition's net. If you watch the Amazon documentary, he wanted more playoff-style goals, more bang-in goals, and the team has provided them this year. Some of them have come from that guy right there, Michael Bunting. So it's weird to me that they're so soft in front of their own net. Oh, Mitch is dancing tonight. Oh! Weird little play from Matthews as we approach the final minute of the first period. Reminder. Uh-oh. Oh! Zach, I believe. Boo. With 1 minute to go. I was confused because it's weird seeing him in not a Wilder Devils uniform. I really like that play from Matthews, but the Islanders turn it back up the ice. They dump it in, and Liljegren. That's just not great. The Islanders almost beat Mrazek with the same move earlier. That's a really strong play by Parise and Liljegren after what was mostly a really good period. Man, cannot catch a break, this guy. And it looks like the Leafs will head to intermission tied 1-1 with the Islanders, but there's still time to play, and here come the Leafs. Oh my God, Willie deked out the cameraman. Oh boy, we got a breakaway. Kyle Clutterbuck! Stopped by Mrazek. Just under 30 seconds to go. Goodness gracious. Mark asks, are the last few Leafs games considered a collapse? I mean, like not on the season, but dude, you're going to cough up a 3-1 lead every now and again. Hockey in 2022 is not the way it was in the late 90s, but they've done it in 4 of their last 5 games. That's unusual, and I won't apologize for saying that. Parise with just his 2nd goal of the season. You got to be kidding me, man. Ducky, what should the Leafs do about Mrazek? Play him. Play him. I mean, you have to. You got him and you pay him $3.8 million because you didn't want to overload Jack Campbell. Now, he got injured a bunch of times. The season paused, yada, yada, yada. And Campbell's been playing amazing. But you got to give Mrazek his games. February, Mrazek's got to be busy. I think him and Campbell got to split the net, to be totally honest. Maybe even on the games where Campbell's not starting. Like, have him sit. Chance, late in the period. Engvall, what a move! What a move and what a goal!
What a dreadful turnover. It's almost like the Islanders thought the clock was...
The world's fastest giraffe with less than a second to go in the first period. 2 goals in the final minute. This one's going to count. Nasty move. Varlamov gets a piece of it. Do we have time? Yes, we do. 0.3 seconds left on the clock. Oh, what a move. That's got to be the nicest goal of Engvall's career. Parise's like, that was a little bit nicer than mine. Yes, it was, Zach. Holy cow. What a goal from Pierre Engvall as the Toronto Maple Leafs head to intermission with the 2-1 lead. That is why you never, ever, ever step away from watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. You never know what's going to happen here on the Sportsnet YouTube channel. That's why you have to click like, gosh darn it. You have to click subscribe, and you have to tell all your friends. Thank you, Mitchell. You are absolutely right as we head to first intermission. My goodness. My goodness, my actual goodness. Okay, let's, oh my God, that goal made my camera freak out. Couple more questions before we head to break. Ooh, Tim McAuliffe tweeting that he's about to join the stream. That's pressure. Max, are you already nervous? Yeah. From Adam, Dahlstrom is in. Thoughts? He's been fine so far. Just don't be catastrophic in your own end. I don't mind the pinching and whatever. Just don't suck in your own end. I don't care if you have 50 points in a season or 0. Just stop it. William, when fully healthy, are you satisfied with the current lineup? Up front, they're nasty. The Leafs are a nasty bunch, and they could do damage in the playoffs with the group that they have. Add Kasha to this. The depth. The star power. Come on. I love Riley Brody. I hope Muzzin gets healthy. Sandine Dermott's been a fine third pair. Liljegren, when he's been down in the third pair, has been fine. Justin Hall was playing better before he went out. But to me, whether it was Liljegren with Muzzin or Hall with Muzzin, there's still a pretty glaring hole there on that second pair right D. You're going to go 4 to 7 games against the Panthers, against the Lightning, against the Bruins, potentially the Hurricanes. Ooh, with that decor, it's tough. They could win. But an upgrade there would make them formidable. Tell you what, let's head to break. We're going to show you some Sportsnet original content. I believe we have Cabby doing all sorts of ridiculous games with Aaron Rodgers, who I am informed is a football player, the American kind, not footy. So enjoy that. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends that Tim McAuliffe will be back. Will be back. He hasn't been here yet. I'll be back. Tim McAuliffe will be here to watch the second period with us after this feature and a quick break.
Aaron Charles,
Where are we going? On this mark here? That's a piece of gum. I thought it was a mark.
you've done 17,000 commercials, so you know all about marks.
Coming to you.
It's to me.
Don't it up, Colin.
Hey, Aaron, this is actually my commercial, so do your cameo and get the out of here.
Ready?
You know what, dude? Like, before we start, this is the most nervous I've been since the first time.
Why?
Because I always have a thing.
You got some balls. Some with the footballs.
Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, the man to my left is on the Mount Rushmore of football excellence. This is Aaron Charles Rodgers. Welcome, sir.
Come here, buddy.
Yeah, come on. Oh. When you gifted the world with your dope-ass Halloween costume, John Wick, mixed with your love of trivia, more specifically the iconic game of Jeopardy, welcome to Drone Jeopardy.
Drone Jeopardy?
This is
Drone.
Jeopardy!
Welcome to Drone Jeopardy. Aaron Charles, we're gonna do an abbreviated version today. Okay, we have 3 drones in the air, and instead of a buzzer, we're using footballs.
This is too firm for the Patriots. I have to throw it at them?
Yeah, but wait, hold on, do you wanna just warm up? You and I have never played catch.
First time for everything. Oh,
Whew. Nice.
these kicking balls? Okay, I'm ready.
Okay,
Should I start at the top or at the bottom?
you have to hit it and then I give you the
Oh, I have
clue.
to hit it first? Okay.
Ooh.
Damn it. Really good. Oh. How did that miss?
When you were younger, some things phased you more than they do now.
Mm-hmm.
You are mature. So I have a handful of events and moments in your life. I want you to take us back there emotionally. Hold, please. Aaron Rodgers, this is the give a fucks meter, okay? So, most, a lot, some, meh, a few, handful, 0 fucks. I'm gonna give you the give a bleeps meter. 2005 draft day.
Yeah, that's probably an all.
Yeah. 2014, when you told the Packers fan base on a legendary radio interview just to relax.
5 letters here, just for everybody out there in Packerland. RELAX. Relax.
Probably a lot.
A lot?
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of fucks.
2019, you lost a beer chugging contest to your boy, David Bakhtiari.
It was that during the game,
Yeah, during the game.
and then it was about here reading the social media messages.
Would you like to redeem yourself?
I mean, I can always redeem myself, yeah.
This is called Problem Hipsters, because your vibe is very,
Oh my God.
and this is from
brown ale. How are you supposed to chug this?
There's a lot more body to this one than,
Yeah,
than
this
just
is-
a lager.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers. Ooh.
Let's get Guinness next time. I think we need something a little browner.
It has a little bit of a coffee aftertaste.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh,
God damn it. Come on, hit one. God.
Now, being Canadian as we are,
Yes, we are.
there's a whole cottage industry around cold weather products. There's boots, there's jackets. When did you become comfortable being a cold weather quarterback?
For a long time, I bought into the idea that I'm just less miserable than the opponent, which I think is totally real. I think that's definitely a truth. But there's a mindset, I think, when you're playing in it to kind of embrace it and enjoy it. This is where they cut in like all the different photos of me.
My guy knows how to produce his own friggin' interview.
When we're stepping outside and it's in the teens and the wind chills in single digits and you're going, not a bad day, nice day,
Yeah.
nice day. Nope. Oh my God.
You need a refreshment? This is tremendous. There we go. Bring that one down. That one's out of commish. For 600, the category is 2021 Green Bay Packers. The answer, commonly referred to as a pick six, this player scored 2 of them.
You talking about Rasul Douglas?
Picked off Rasul Douglas.
Another pick six for Rasul Douglas.
Back-to-back games with pick sixes.
Losing to the Seahawks in the NFC Championship game.
Whew, that doesn't go far enough over here.
Wilson toward the end zone. It is Seattle's going to the Super Bowl.
That one cuts deep.
Yeah, that one cuts deep.
Another deep cut, 2017 broken collarbone.
Rodgers is hurt. He took a big hit at the end of that play. Following through on the tackle was Anthony Barr.
Do you remember who smashed you? Who
Yeah.
laid you out?
Yeah, we're buddies now.
Are you actually?
Yeah, Mr. Barr and I. Yeah, we're having nice conversations on the field now. I felt like him flipping me off was, unnecessary. He said he wasn't. I actually was flipping him back off. He kind of gave me the suck it. We talked it out. We moved on.
Yeah! This is a daily double. Against the Arizona Cardinals, your team was missing this many starters and still won the game.
3 receivers, 7?
The correct answer
What
is
is 7?
11.
11? That's pretty good trivia.
Have you heard the expression cold weather running back as it refers to A.J. Dillon, and what does that mean to you?
All the cold weather backs that we've had have all been kind of the same guys. They're bigger guys. They got a real big, lower half, huge legs, and he's got the biggest quads out of all of them. AJ's are ridiculously large.
Oh my God, those legs. Look at them legs. Look at them legs, they're amazing. Look at them legs. Look at them legs, they're amazing.
She also is the de facto mayor of Door County. Wisconsin is your left hand, you learn that? And the thumb is Door County, right? And we're sitting about right here in northeast Wisconsin. There's some fibs that come up from Illinois and buy up a lot of the property that some of the
What are fibs?
fucking Illinois bastards. So some of the Wisconsin people get a little disappointed by those people coming and buying up the property. But he was given the key to Door County, I believe.
I'd like to invite Mr. A.J. Dillon to come on up to accept his key to Door County.
I'm a little overwhelmed. I was not expecting that.
In 2018, meeting His High Holiness, the Dalai Lama.
A lot.
A lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was that experience like for you, Roop?
Surreal. You can just feel that person's energy. It's like, whew, okay, wow. And the way they carry themselves. Barack Obama, very similar to that. When we walk in a room, it's like, whew, almost like you're wrapped against the wall.
I felt that way meeting Michael.
Yeah.
The 2 times that I met him.
Yeah.
Was like, whoa, it's MJ.
Yeah. Kobe.
Yeah, Bean.
Kobe, yeah, R.I.P. He invited me back into the locker room when they played Milwaukee years and years ago. And he was in there in this Italian suit smoking a cigar. And it was like...
That's so gangster.
It was so gangster. Just the energy that he had and that he commanded. And that's what charismatic people do to you. They give you that nostalgic remembrance.
Yes. According to Next Gen Stats, when you're in rhythm, which is passing the ball 2.5 seconds to 4 seconds, you lead the NFL in yards per attempt. So when did the rhythm method become your preferred way of getting into the end zone?
Well, I got a lot of rhythm in general. I'm an underrated dancer. Have taken some some classes, but an
What
underrated
kind? Salsa?
dancer.
Or are you talking like just like hip hop? Or are you talking
I would like to do some ballroom classes. It's ballroom dancing.
this, bro? Like,
Nobody ballroom dances really anymore. You're not signing up for a dance card. Hey, save me the waltz on your dance card anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's impressive to watch. There's a class about it.
for 1,000. Hey!
Finally, he knocked one down.
During a 7-game win streak, you threw this many touchdowns and this many interceptions.
17-1.
The correct answer is
17-1.
19-1.
Oh, seven, the 7th game I did too.
With a mix of John Wick's sharpshooting skills and all-world talent, ladies and gentlemen, your Drone Jeopardy champion is Aaron Charles Rogers.
1 out of 3 chance.
Thank you, my brother.
That's good. Great to see you, man. You're the best.
Thank you, man.
Go Canada. This is how many I give about Cabby. All of them.
And we're back. Hey, everybody. Steve Dangle here. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Would you look at that? Oh, I looked the right way. It's Tim McAuliffe. Whoa. Are we?
Hey, Steve Dangle.
How you doing,
buddy?
It's great to see you, sir. It's great to see you.
It is awesome to be seen. Like Leo was yesterday. How's little Leo doing after his Tim and Friends Best of the Week appearance?
That was my wife didn't tell me she was doing that. But so we watch a lot of YouTube on the TV. There's a show that it's Coco Melon times drugs. It's called Blippi. I don't know if you know it. But kids love it, and my son he's 19 months old. He's at prime, sprint around the house, yell, scream, barf all over the place age. And he sits there, thumb in his mouth, doesn't say a thing, as long as Blippi is on. So when we're logging on to see that. The one with
all the colors, like everyone's wearing sharp colors. Is that the show?
That's the Wiggles. That's the Wiggles.
I know the Wiggles.
Blippi wears
Gold spaghetti, gold spaghetti.
Gold
spaghetti, gold spaghetti.
No.
Spaghetti. Spaghetti. Spaghetti.
The game I like playing is which one do you find the creepiest? My answer is Simon.
All of them.
Anyway, so he'll see my face in the login thing, and he goes, "Daddy!" But then to see me talking on the screen yesterday on Tim and Friends blew his little mind. And I'm so glad she recorded it. And
Most of the time I lie to people about their kids. I'm not lying. That was very cute.
Oh, this is the great thing. Like, he's undeniably cute.
Oh, right.
You can't take it away from him. You cannot. Top notch. So, listen. Enough about him.
Okay.
The Leafs.
2-1. Pierre.
2-1.
Hold on. Was that Eric Lindros or Pierre Engvall to end the first period? I can't tell. My specs are a little dirty. Mr. Dangle. Was that Eric Lindros or Pierre Engvall?
The silkiest hooves on that giraffe. Did you know that a giraffe is 6 meters tall in height? 2 meters of its height are in its neck, 2 meters are in its legs, and they give birth standing up. Did you also know he worked at the Toronto Zoo for 7 years? He is, man, I didn't know he had that in him. But if he continues to have that in him, I could see the Leafs doing things. I could see them going places.
Okay, but you don't, there's a small sample size on Pierre Engvall. And while they do evolve as players, he hasn't exactly shown the silkiest of mitts, though that was a very nice move and goal from Pierre Engvall. Was that 5 in the season? 5 in the season.
Yeah, he's so strange because he's making 1.25, which he signed before the pandemic, and there's no way he would have got it after. But he was half a point a game for the first 30 games of his career before falling out of the solar system's orbit. Just no goal. He had 1 goal for the rest of the season after his first 30 games, and it was on David Ayers. It was actually the goal that gave David Ayers the win, hilariously enough, as the puck drops for the beginning of the second period.
Underway in the second period of play. And Pierre Engvall starts. Eric Lindros in on Zdeno Chara.
A James Myrtle favorite. Open up the Eng vault.
He can skate.
He's real fast.
Big. He can skate. There's a lot of things that he does really well.
He's a big, I would say, skill guy. Not always the silkiest. Whoa!
Look at Matthews finish.
Great move, great save. He's not always the silkiest hands, but he can do a lot of things. The problem with Pierre Engvall, for a guy who didn't exactly grow up playing hockey, I watch him so often and I'm positive Sheldon Keefe didn't tell him to do that. His decision making is truly bizarre, and oh my God, Matthews so close on that one.
By the way, full disclosure, I'm watching on a tiny screen here, so if I miss a couple of things, please. I had a huge monitor in my basement that I used for Tim and Sid when we were in the pandemic and broadcasting out of our basement, and I was just told today by my son that him and his friends broke it while playing soccer in the basement.
No!
That is correct.
When did you find this out?
About 2:30 this afternoon, when I was looking for the plugs and I was like, I got a 27-inch monitor. I'll jack it behind the computer. We'll be all good to go. Marner.
He's having a good game. Okay, how old's your son?
He's 11.
Did he try to hide the monitor?
No, he didn't try and hide the monitor, but the monitor was unplugged. So I could believe that he did not know that it was broken, because there's no scratches and stuff.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Yeah. And then when I plugged it in, it was broken. And then I went to Best Buy, and it's like, should I just buy a new monitor or get a plug for this monitor and see if the monitor will work better once? And I got a plug and I got the wrong plug. so tiny screen, if I don't see things, bear with me here.
I get it. I get it. Man, when you're a kid, you think you can hide stuff, and it just doesn't work. I was at elementary school. I think I was in early part of grade 8, and friends and I were screwing around. We're chasing each other. One of them goes into a door, and they wouldn't let me in the door. So I tried to kick the metal part of the door, but I didn't get my leg up high enough. And you know that glass with like the mesh in it? My foot straight through it. Straight through it.
Yeah.
And my friends scatter. Like there wasn't any discussion. They all just completely bailed on me. I heaved my leg out of the door. And we all just tried to run away and get away with it. The principal comes up to the class and it's just like, the door, who broke it? And I'm sitting there in class like bleeding inside my jeans going, I don't know. I don't know.
Stains on his leg. Uh-oh.
I eventually copped to it. Oh, not a penalty.
Using his body.
I like it. Boy, did he have a tough game last game.
Yeah, he had a tough game last game. There's been a lot of tough games for this defense score over the last little while.
This is the thing. This is sort of what we were talking about. Like, I know they're down their second pair, who have struggled this season anyway. Like, so I as good as the Leafs have been, I think they're better than last year, to be honest. But going 4 to 7 games against the Panthers, 4 to 7 games against the Lightning, against the Bruins, potentially the Hurricanes, man, that D-core's just got to be better. And I think one guy to take up that. Whoa!
Oh, there it is. Still loose.
Rebound. I think one guy to take up that second pair right side role. At this point, I'm not going to be too picky about who it is. They just need to be better than either Liljegren or Hall. I think one day Liljegren's going to be that guy. Zdeno Chara.
I still don't know why they didn't, like, were they not interested? The hell happened? I would have taken Zdeno Chara on this team.
Man, it just for the visual, just for the hockey DB, like just to say he was there.
just because you need that type of guy. Like, didn't the last game prove, like, clear someone out of the front of the net?
I know. Oh, and he gets away with murder. We already had a clip going around.
Yeah,
and
I saw that one. Like, high stick, unbelievable.
Like,
so good.
Dude, no one in the National Hockey League has signed more sticks than Zdeno Chara over his career. Just everyone in a striped uniform. Here's a signed stick for you. Signed stick for you. You want an autograph? Got some cards? Here's a signed card. That guy has every official wrapped around his little finger, which is not very little, coincidentally.
Yeah, it's not.
Chara there to steer it back to the Leaf line.
By the way, I was watching in the first period. Zach McEwen was who he apologized to.
Thank you.
Anytime. You get your back.
What a guy.
Didn't Sid tell you to start being quiet during the game?
He did. He's like, don't feel the need to talk. And I'm like, well, I do though. Oh no! Here come the Islanders. Oh boy!
Mrazek.
Mrazek gets a piece of that. Now it goes to Brock Nelson.
I was saying in the first period, he reminds me of the goalies from my childhood, where every save looks amazing because he's out of position. Here comes Matthews. I worked off the puck, but they're managing. They lost it. Lost it. But they get it back. Bunting in front. Matthews has been sniffing all night.
Brock Nelson sends it back into the Leaf zone.
That was a good recovery, as Pellick, you said.
Not quite Arizona stiffing, but I agree with you.
Used his legs to get back, and then a good active stick to poke it away from Matthews.
We do have. That's got to be outside. We do have some questions from the chat. Could get to them, or we could ignore them. Be super cool.
I will say, Whistle Under 14 will take us to a break. I don't know if it's good to start those commercials or start those questions when the commercials come.
See, this is why I need an adult.
You're right. I already told you. I got your back.
So, yeah, you're right. We're going to have a commercial break pretty soon. After commercial break, this is called a tease, kids. Questions for Tim McCall. Oh, and almost a goal.
Oh, see, we would have had time. See, I was being way too cautious, and we would have had time. We do have a whistle.
You just screw this up for me, Rook.
See?
First time. Shut up. Oh, Carl Dahlstrom. How dare you?
And again there.
Bailed out by Mrazek.
Oh, dear.
Down low cycle and just in a little too tight.
It's been a good game, though.
No, it has been a good game.
Chance for Nylander to get that one through.
And if the Islanders score, or excuse me, if the Leafs score one more, the Islanders will have them right where they want them.
Well, this is why I'm like, okay, can the Islanders tie it or something? It's like,
You don't want the 3-1 lead?
oh my God, I would like them to get the 3-1 lead and just win that way, because I think it would be great for their brains. But nah, I thought Simmons held his own. He did not.
Oh, this line getting a little bit more offensive.
Scarborough.
Scarborough. I finally got to meet him at Leafs Media Day this year. We grew up in the same neighborhood, same schools, same friends, and somehow I just never ever met him.
Well, you guys are around the same age too. I never even thought about that.
The exact same age.
Yeah.
He went to middle school with one Adam Wilde. Yes, he did.
I missed that.
Joseph Howe, I believe. Oh boy, turnover. Islanders.
Mrazek's been okay.
Oh, you shut your... Oh my God!
I didn't say what you thought I was going to say.
Right. Well, that's already out the window.
Done. It's not even saying the word. I don't give a bleep. It's a big water bottle.
It is.
A massive water bottle.
It's smaller than my last water bottle, which shattered. Hurt my feelings. I had a gallon water jug, and it shattered. This is half a gallon. So I have 2 a day.
It's good for you, Tom Brady.
Yeah. And strawberries are poison.
He's an American football player.
Is he? No. Listen, I watch one Tom Brady game a year. The Super Bowl. It's unreal.
Your boy Lindros.
Come on!
Dangle stealing the puck and making sure that the Leafs defenseman could get off the ice. And Liljegren took a hit late.
Still waiting for that under 14 whistle. Mikheyev.
I still am.
Ooh, another big hit.
Big hit on the forecheck.
I want the Leafs to out-chippy a team. It'd be nice.
Another big hit. Is that Matt Martin out there?
I think it's the identity line causing problems. This line, oh boy. This line for the Leafs is underratedly
Solid
big.
play by Brody, by the way.
He's just a solid player, man. I love him. Worth every penny. Whoa! Matthews trying to put the Leafs up 3-1 and screw it up for all of us.
Like, if they get the 3-1 lead, do you panic? Like, what happens to you?
No, I just chuckle.
You get the full Dangle experience. Marner, it's between the legs.
Like, think about it. They will have been up at least 3-1 in 5 of their last 6 games if they pull it off here.
Still Marner. Oh, nice drop.
He's having a fantastic game. Oh!
No, Marner.
Oh.
Is blocked in front of the net.
Going the other way.
Yeah, good back check, though. Marner tried to get the switch. It worked out, though.
What a good read there by Marner. As
tried to get the switch, but there wasn't enough time.
Didn't realize that it was an odd man.
I see.
I see.
Guess what? Guess what?
Is this commercial break? I don't know if it is after icing. Is it?
Oh, after an icing, right?
Oh, that was Liljegren getting hammered there.
Clutterbuck.
Might not go to break. All right. Holy smokes, and that's Dahlstrom. Yeah, they're not going to break just now.
Icing. You're right.
This game is ridiculously fast.
Leafs win the face-off, and Riley sends it out to center. It came back in. And
now you got it.
There you go.
We will step aside. It was
all right, everybody. Watch the Leafs game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. We'll be back with Tim McAuliffe after this. And then I ate the bowl. Oh, we're back. Hi. Steve Dangle here. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. We're back. We're back. With,
do you remember when Cavi did the commercial and then I ate the bowl? He actually did that Tim Hortons commercial.
I do. I
Way
do
back
remember
in the
that.
day on the Boulevard of Linden.
Man, he's had a life, that guy.
He has that.
Not bad.
That guy.
And he's still going. SN Bets, baby. It's a big thing. So, we did promise questions.
Okay.
And
there's a game on, though. You know that, right?
Nah. The Islanders have the puck. Like, screw them.
Did you know in my house you could only talk? There was no chatter during the game, only during commercial break.
Oh, you're strict, Dad. You got the rule.
Yeah.
Do you have the chair?
You could have. Oh, Brody!
Oh!
Come on,
He's down. He's down. Oh, I like that lob. Didn't quite work.
I like the delay.
In comes Riley to the side of the
there.
net.
Brody.
And a centering pass scores.
Oh, one time bulging the twine. Morgan Riley from the corner.
Oh, boy.
Sidney Crosby from the
Oh,
corner.
man.
3-1 lead. Uh-oh, he's upset. 3-1 lead.
Again?
Don't score. Don't score that beautiful one time. Give it back. Willie Cross Ice Morgan. Don't score that.
All right. Well, Leafs up 3-1. It's great. For the fifth time in 6 games, the Leafs are up 3-1 on a team, and only good things can happen.
Islanders got them right where they want them.
Oh.
And a penalty. And a penalty right off the bat.
Oh, no.
For his goal. Yeah. It goes against your boy Dahlstrom.
Dahlstrom, first NHL game of the year, and he says dive. You see that? Let's see if he's right. He's a Leaf, so I assume yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's interference. I don't know if that's a dive, bro. Okay. I'm going to ask you.
Hold on. You're going to ask me a question. It's 3-1 Leafs. Islanders have a power play. You're going to ask me this question?
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Oh, for the love of God, please tell me that hit the glass.
I think I saw. Oh.
I'm going to ask the question, and you can wait to answer it. I'm going to give you time to think. All right? Tom says, what's Tim's favorite memory of Steve?
Ah!
No!
Oh, it hit a stick or something. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, no, I gave you the. Come on.
Okay. Sorry, man. That hurt. That hurt. I got to yell a certain type of way. I basically got the vocal cords of like a screamo lead singer.
I do like the yell, and more than the yell. I do like once you get raspy because you've exhausted that vocal cord.
And I just go through it.
That also is fun.
Someone asked me what my secret is, and that is whenever I feel like I'm starting to lose my voice, I blend coconut oil into my coffee.
Really?
Yes. It sounds disgusting, and if you let it get cold, it is. But if you drink it hot, just sip it hot, it's great. Dude, it fixes your chapped lips. It coats your throat. Like, it's better than honey. Coconut oil, it fixes everything, man.
I do use a lot of coconut oil and coconut extract, not the oil, like the actual white stuff.
Yes.
But I didn't know that you could put it in your coffee.
You can. You could stir it, but it's better blended because it's like foamy and frothy.
Perfect.
Ooh, if you're a goaltender, 10 the goal. Gosh darn it. That was how I recorded my audiobook. Chamomile tea, honey, coconut oil.
Here comes Nelson.
It's a great sentence. That's how That's how I recorded my audiobook.
Say hello to your new neighbors on Run.
This isn't even
CBC original
the stage of my life where I talk the most. Like, no, that was working at the Toronto Zoo. Legit. I did the Zoomobile tour 5 days a week in the summer. And I would do, on busy weeks, I would do 8 to 10 tours a day, and each tour was 25 minutes. That's a lot of talking. Whoa!
Wow.
Oh, this has been a good kill so far.
Back it comes to the line for Salo.
There was a question earlier, Steve, are you nervous? I wasn't until now.
Until 3-1.
Oh my God.
Oh, classic.
Let's go.
Parise looking for, like, what's Parise doing? Like, wasn't that his second of the season earlier in the game?
It was. It hurt my feelings. I didn't appreciate that he did that. He shouldn't have done that. Let's see how close this came.
Right into his glove, but whatever.
Yeah.
Ken Reggett.
He put a little, he put some mustard on it.
A little mustard, a little Reggett.
You. Oh, that shouldn't even count as a save. That's hilarious.
Hey man, he's just trying to instill confidence into his team.
Exactly.
And Steve Dangle.
It's working. It's working. I trust Mrazek, man. A lot of Leaf fans. Yeah, there's the kill, but they still got the puck, which is suboptimal. Dahlstrom is playing forward, also suboptimal.
Oh, look at that.
He's
Kicking
continuing
a great pass, get it in, no problem.
Sure was.
There is a penalty kill where Brody and Riley did almost play that entire 2 minutes.
All right, reminder from Tom. It's Tim's favorite memory of stove.
That's what you're forced to do.
I gave you my favorite memory.
You did? Sorry, I blacked out.
You screaming.
Oh, that was it. Okay, fair enough.
That's the way to keep it quick, because the Islanders were on a power play.
Man. Me screaming.
They are dominating possession.
Yeah. Me screaming continuously since 2007, basically. This is my 15th season making these post-game videos.
15?
15. Season 15.
What an overnight sensation.
Yeah, a decade and a half. Who is this guy? My favorite is who is this kid? And I'm like, I'm 33. But
I love when people say, how does Dangle get those numbers on YouTube? 15 years of doing it. That's how.
15 years, buddy. The hard way. Oh!
Nylander steals it from Kerfoot. Spins it back. Kerfoot in the corner. Here's Tavares. You know, it's my dream to call. Oh, there's a shot in front to call a game, eh?
Whoa! Kerfoot drilled from behind by the guy who never gets called for anything.
So you can see that on my screen.
Dude, I would love to do play-by-play for hockey. Stop by Varlamov. You've done
everything.
You've done everything. You've done play-by-play for college football, right? Canadian college football,
college basketball, volleyball.
And basketball.
Is this, do you have to go to a break, or are we?
No, I don't. No,
okay.
I already did it.
I got nervous.
Me too.
Yeah, no, I've done a lot of. I did the NLL for a couple of years.
Oh wow, you've been all around.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. The lacrosse. I called the Calgary Roughnecks Championship, and it was absolutely insane. Like, they sold out the Saddle Dome, even the high seats they don't normally sell. It was insanity.
I like playing this game. I like playing this game with people who have been in the biz for a long time. What's the least you've ever been paid for a gig in sports?
I quit my job at Bell Mobility and I was interning at the Score.
Okay.
I interned for a year.
Yeah.
And my first paid gig, and I'm not going to lie here, I got 2 paid shifts of answering phones on a Molson Canadian hotline, trivia hotline. and it was $50 a shift.
Man.
And I worked honestly, like, you can ask anyone at the Score, Greg Sansoni, I was working like 60 hours a week as an intern. I was like, yeah. And they paid me, and I was like, I can't keep working the other job. And I was like, okay, I just quit my job for $100 a week. I better move back into my dad's house, which is what I did.
Wow. That's dedication. That's $50 more than I got as an intern, which was nothing.
Yeah, no, I got zero for a year. That was after a year of interning.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I was the in-arena host for the Mississauga Steelheads. It was $30 a game, and I still live with my parents in very East Scarborough, like right next to the Pickering border. They're in Mississauga. I drove a 1995 Ford Taurus station wagon. So basically I was working for free when you add in gas. It was a time.
Yeah, I did their PA system one game, and I was awful.
Oh.
And it was
for the Steelheads?
Yeah, not the Steel. What were they before?
Majors. St. Mike's Majors.
St. Mike Majors. What were they before that? Maybe it was the Brampton Battalion.
Oh, the Ice Dogs. Thank you,
Ice
Producer
Dogs.
Stu.
Yes, the Ice Dogs. Yes, the Mississauga Ice Dogs. I did it once. Terry Cochan was there. I wonder if he remembers. It was. I was terrible, like absolutely terrible. I didn't get the starting lineups in. I got like 4 players on one team, and then they dropped the puck. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna be quiet now.
I told this story before. 5 minutes left in the second period, by the way. The Leafs with the dreaded 3-1 lead. We'll see how they do with that. There was the NHL Research and Development Camp, summer 2011, Varlamov with the save, where they invited the top prospects for the following summer's draft to play in several exhibition games where they try out new rules that the NHL was looking at.
Right,
so I was the scorekeeper. So I got to announce the goals and everything. And, the ref comes over and, goal from 15, from 71 and 82 or whatever. And I look behind me and there's like Steve Yzerman and Scotty Bowman, and I'm freaking out. So a goal gets scored. We're talking like Yakupov is in this, Galchenyuk, Athanasiou, and a goal gets scored. I announce the players only to have someone whisper in my ear, you announced the right numbers for the wrong team. So I probably bumped someone's draft stock.
Oh, yeah. Yzerman's writing down Dangle instead of actually looking on the ice.
Yeah. Oh, all he saw was the numbers, too. You never know. Maybe a GM forgot their glasses or something, and they're just, I trust this guy working for, I was about to say free, but they gave me a raincoat. I got a raincoat for that. Hey. How dare you? Leafs working away in the corner. Whoa! Matthews has to be up around a dozen shot attempts already.
Up high to Dermott. Now to Marner.
Marner's been dancing. This is one of his best games of the season, for goodness sake.
That is blocked in front. Matthews back after it again.
Battle in front of the net there. Under 3 minutes to go. Shots 19-13 for the Leafs as they are up 3-1 on the New York Islanders. John Tavares stripping the puck. Hooray! Best captain in the league.
Matthews has 2 shots on goal. I don't know about attempted, but that's why I was silent for a while. I was looking for that.
That's unbelievable. I can't believe that. It feels like he's had the puck all night.
The last few games, Colorado, St. Louis, and the New York Rangers. Here comes
I feel like I should add more, but I'm just kind of watching the game. Is that okay?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's called Watch a Leafs Game with Steve Dangle. Click, like, click, subscribe, tell all your friends. Sid's feedback was don't feel the need to speak. So
But I get it. You can't hear anything, so you think that there's silence.
Yes.
But when you're watching on YouTube, you hear the commentary. So I'm sure you've watched a few back.
Oh, have I ever watched myself?
Yeah.
That's what you expect. Yeah, you know, it was such a aberration early on.
2:10 remaining in this second period.
They might have trouble scoring, but they weren't very good defensively.
See, Cuthbert probably said that.
Back there ahead of the Leafs defensively now.
Oh, Joey Anderson.
Waiting for Joey Anderson to score here.
I'm cheering for him, man. I'm cheering for him. Ooh, that's an interesting one.
Yeah. Chara had a smile on his face.
God, hockey's so weird. Everyone's smiling.
I think Simmons just said I was gonna fall down.
Oh, is that what he said?
I think he held on to Chara to keep him up.
Both of those guys are at a point in their career where that's not a good move for either of them. Like, why? Why would either of them want to open that door? And I guess he was going to fall. Fair enough. Fair enough. I like that. I like your name tag behind you, in case you forget. You know?
Yeah.
A little
Still Tim, yeah.
Still Tim.
Still Tim. I was on the Family Feud with Jerry D.
Oh, we can't see it on camera. Sorry. I can see it on yours. Yeah, grab it. It's from Family Feud with Jerry D. Do. Look at that. God, that's cool. I would love to do that show, man.
We should get Jerry D to let us on. We were talking about, Sid and I were talking about back in the day, getting a Sportsnet versus TSN Family Feud.
That is a fantastic idea.
Get the Dangle Navy on it, and we will get it done.
Oh, my goodness. Big fan of that idea, dude.
Yeah, you like it?
Oh, yeah. Big fan.
Or you could just steal it and do the Steve Dangle podcast network.
It's actually just SDPN. It doesn't stand for anything. It stands for Super Duper Podcast. Nincompoop.
No, it's just Stindapin.
Yeah, you have to say it phonetically.
Stindapin. It's like Wordle. It's missing in a letter. Stindapin.
I don't know what Wordle is, and at this point, I'm too afraid to ask. You know what I mean? Have you played it? What is it?
Yeah, it's one a day. It's like Scrabble-ish.
Okay.
Let's watch it.
Beat your expectations of what kind of person.
Not a big
bunting.
Such a treat, and that's what Clark Gillies really was.
This line is all over it tonight, man. All over it tonight.
Heard from Kelly Rudy, who would underscore that. Here the Leaf Marner whipping it.
Unreal road game.
That comes around to the near side for Brody.
By the way, it's going to be real nice for the Leafs to return home. I don't know if they ever went back to Toronto at any point. I assume they did. But with all the breaks and everything, this has been like a 6-game road trip. As the Islanders hold the line, Leafs turn it back up ice. They're going to get a 2-on-1 here.
2-on-2.
Oh, good breakup. And now it's going to go the other way.
That's a 3-1. You can't get there. I'm sorry, Riley.
I know what you mean.
He's been a lot better since he signed his deal.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I'm torn because, that's not what you do when you have the lead. But, whoa!
I know what you're saying. Keep the pedal on the foot on the gas.
That's been their issue.
Last minute of play in the period.
I miss him. Thank you. You just took me back to my childhood there.
If there was a goal, I was definitely going to do it. I guess we did have a goal.
30 seconds.
Out at center, McCabe gets it back and sends it across.
I got to say they haven't taken their foot off the pedal here.
No, they've held the play. I just don't know that you want, given what's happened over the last little while, I don't know if you want to get caught at 3-1 going for the 4-1 goal under 2 minutes remaining in a period.
It's a tough sell. Well, as the period winds down, there was some debate. Are you doing the third? You're not doing the third?
I mean, I did the third, but that's like, do you want to set a precedent? Like, you just tell me. I'm good either way.
I enjoy your company, but I also know it's your day off.
It is my one day, but it's not like, yeah.
It's a sacred day. Tell you what.
Take the break.
You can decide in break. If you're back, great. If you're not, even greater.
If I'm not.
Tim McAuliffe, everybody here on Watch a Leafs Game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends that having a 3-1 lead is a good thing.
Click like, click, and subscribe.
Well, it is wonderful to see you in person. I know it's been a while.
Likewise.
I know this campaign for the Hockey Diversity Alliance is a really exciting one. How did Budweiser and the HDA get together to create Tape Out Hate?
Yeah, so they reached out to us with a really creative idea around doing a campaign around hockey tape. We just wanted to stay true to our message and make sure that anything we're involved with is done in an organic and authentic way. And through, Budweiser's been incredible, and we're just so excited to bring this thing to life.
You know, when you guys started the HDA, the purpose was to eradicate systemic racism and intolerance in the game of hockey. I mean, are we where you thought we'd be? Has enough happened? I mean, how do you sort of assess things?
I don't know if it's gotten worse or it's just in the open more.
We're seeing it more.
And people are allowed to talk about it.
It was happening in the shadows before. What you went through happened. We didn't know about that.
Yeah, exactly.
And even when you came out, a lot of people didn't believe you.
Yeah, and it took days for people to say, oh, he's a disgruntled guy that just never made it. He's got an axe to grind and things like that. And obviously that hurts, right? One thing is going through it, it's super traumatic, but then when people don't believe you that it happened because you were hiding it and people are asking, well, why didn't you talk about it 10 years ago? Well, you didn't really have an opportunity to. I think these things have been going on for a long time. I don't believe the NHL is doing enough in this topic. I wish they would do a little bit more. I wish they would support us as a group a little bit more, like they've supported a lot of other movements.
Why do you think they haven't?
I believe that they are riding a fence that cannot be ridden in this topic. They want to support the white fan that doesn't think that there's a problem in this game and are saying, leave our game alone. It's an old school game. It's the way it's supposed to be. And these guys are just babies. And then there's obviously the few players and the people that believe in change that want this thing to happen. So for them, it's a conversation, well, we want to keep everyone happy. But in a topic like this, you're never going to keep everybody happy. I think there's a right and a wrong. And we believe as a group that we need to be in people's face about this topic or we're never going to get anywhere. They've had decades to mitigate what's been going on and not much has changed. And they seem to have a better vision. Well, they think they have a better vision of how they want to do things. And I don't really see much changing on their side, but we're going to keep plugging away and hopefully we kind of keep getting support from the likes of yourself and everyone else that's been supporting us to this day.
Who is the role model that you kind of learn from as you go through this journey in your life?
A guy I've relied on since day one, and even before I was ready to come out, we had hours of discussion, is obviously Colin.
There's a lot of things that need to change.
Was there one thing he said or one lesson in particular that you'd say that you learned from Colin Kaepernick?
Yeah, it was a bad lesson, but it was a harsh lesson because I couldn't believe it at the time. He said, your own people that you think that are on your side, once you come out, they're not going to be there standing with you.
Really?
And
that happened?
Yeah, we see that a lot in our game, and I'm honest about it. There's players of color that we wanted them to have joined the HDA and we wanted them to be a part of us, and they're in broadcasting now, they're current players, but they didn't want to get involved.
Why do you think?
They'll never say it, but they're worried about their brands, they're worried about their careers, they're worried about not getting alienated at work and
how it could hurt
their
careers.
Whatever it may be, but I think this is bigger than us. So for me, it's not a good enough excuse, and the guys that ended up taking the plunge are my brothers for life. And another thing a lot of people don't know, these group chats started with close to 30 guys, and we announced with 8. So that should tell you everything that you need to know about how players feel about this topic, even that are of color.
So I guess, Akeem, is there one final message that you would want to give people as this Tape Out Hate campaign is launched?
I mean, listen, for us as a group, it was uber difficult to become public and to be seen as an alliance of players of color, which has kind of never happened before. I'm hoping that our courage of doing that will bring people together, and you can really take to heart some of these messages that we've experienced, and we want to be as one. It's not one of those things, you versus I. It's us. So we're hoping that this campaign can do that, and we're super excited to come together and truly be allies together.
Hey, it's me, Steve Dangle. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends to not be a dink in the chat. Also, the Leafs are up 3-1. The camera just focused because the Leafs need to maintain their focus. This is unbelievably the 5th time in the Leafs' last 6 games that they have had a 3-1 lead, at least a 3-1 lead. This is the 3rd consecutive Saturday the Leafs have had at least a 3-1 lead. I'm starting to feel like I'm the jinx. A couple Saturdays ago, 4-1 lead on Colorado. Blow it, lose. Last Saturday, 3-1 lead on St. Louis. Blow it, win. Now they're playing the Islanders on the road. Riley with a... Listen, I was panicking that the Leafs were up 3-1. That's a nasty goal. Phew. It was a really nice goal from Morgan Riley. Tim McAuliffe making a great point there in the second period. Just how good Riley has been since he signed his contract. Whew. Real good. But please just hold it. Just hold it, man. Just don't blow this. Please, I beg of you. Going to be a very fun third period. We're going to learn a lot about this defense that is depleted. And I think we're going to learn a lot about Peter Mrazek. Especially if he manages to come out of this game healthy. That'd be cool. Would that not be cool? I think that'd be cool. Please be cool. Hey, we got questions. Tim, by the way, is not coming back for the third. He just sent me a text. Said, my kid wants to play PS5. Tell the people I love him. People, Tim loves you. Leo, what is my son doing in the chat? What are your favorite? Oh, what is your favorite ice cream flavor or flavors? Big sweet tooth guy. Big, like, disgusting sweet tooth guy. Not the biggest chocolate ice cream guy. There is good chocolate ice cream. Okay, there's no bad ice cream. What about, no. That's good too. Shut up. I really like cotton candy ice cream. Mm-hmm. I really like bubblegum flavored ice cream. Not the biggest fan when it has the chunks of bubblegum in it. You know? Because, like, two very different textures. I don't want to be chewing throughout this process, you know what I mean? But the flavor, oh. And birthday cake. I do like Score. I'm dying right now. Oh my God. I want ice cream so bad. Okay. There are ice cream bars in my freezer, and if this game goes to overtime, usually the policy is beer. I have a beer with overtime. I think it might have to be ice cream instead, or both. It might have to be both. Zaid, how many games will Mrazek play? Hopefully a lot more than he has played. I don't know, man. Like, people are criticizing the Leafs for overusing Campbell. Like, can we acknowledge the fact that Mrazek was hurt a lot, and then the season stopped, and it's been weird. But as long as he's healthy, it's a very busy February. To me, there's no excuse to not let Mrazek get... Honestly, I think he should get half the starts. Let them split the net, unless it's very obviously becoming a problem. Give Jack 2, give Mrazek 2. Do whatever you got to do. The Leafs signed Mrazek to 3 years, 3.8, so that he could play. This isn't like a Brian Elliott in Tampa situation where he's going to play once in a blue moon because his starter is Andrei Vasilevsky. Campbell has been very good, but I don't think this was ever the plan to have him play this much. Wall was fine in the games that he played, but you can't lean on him the way you can lean on Mrazek, a tenured goaltender who unfortunately has a bit of an injury history. But I hope they split the net. I think it'll be better for the team in general. Speaking of General, how do you feel about the Flames? Are they a playoff team? Well, I would have said unequivocally yes. And then they have absolutely fallen off a cliff. Not quite in the same way that the Oilers have. Let me check. Last time I checked, the Leafs were the only Canadian team in a playoff spot right now, which gives me heart palpitations. It really does. Let me check. Oh my God, they are. Now, there is an asterisk here. So the Flames are currently sitting outside of a playoff spot with 42 points. The Sharks hold the second wild card in the West. They've played 41 games to the Flames 35. The Flames have a 600 points percentage. Sharks 537. Pretty significant difference. Difference being, even though Calgary won their last game, they're 3-6-1 in their last 10. Not great, Bob. But the Jets on the outside looking in. The Canucks, even though they're climbing, on the outside looking in. Oilers, oof Maroon. I don't even know what to tell you about them. And a lot of these guys are sub 500 in their last 10. The Oilers are, the Jets are, the Flames are. The Canucks are not. They're 5-3-2, sorry. The Habs, I don't need to tell you. Sens, I don't need to tell you. And then there's the Leafs. The one hope They are 5th in the league in points percentage. 3rd in their division. God, it's so not fair. It's just not fair. Now, they are within striking distance. Can you hear me? Hey, there I am. That's odd. I froze for a sec. Anyway, the Leafs are good. And we'll be back for the 3rd period soon. Sorry, I was staring at the camera. I'm just having a great conversation with you, and I wasn't even paying attention to my face that was just completely still. Oh. Geez, really cheerful from David. What has been Kyle Dubas' worst move? Okay, I want to preface this by saying I think, generally speaking, he's done a very good job. I like Alexander Kerfoot. The Kadri trade sucks. It sucks. It's very bad. There's no way to defend it. It sucks and is very bad. It sucks and is very bad because, let's not mince words, the trade was to get Tyson Barrie, right? They needed help on the right side, and it became very clear very fast he was the opposite of what they needed. He did not make them better offensively. They weren't able to get him his power play cookies that he was used to getting. Did not work. Did not work. Was not good. And now Kadri is just mind-blowing. Let me take a look. There are a few good players who are, like, they're good to very good, but they're having legendary seasons. And Kadri is one of them. Ovechkin currently leading the league in scoring with 56. Huberdeau in second, 55. Draisaitl, 54. McDavid, 53. And behind them, in 5th place, Nazem Kadri, 51. Unreal. Goals, by the way, apparently, so it says Chris Kreider's at 26, but I believe he has 2 goals tonight, which gives him the league lead. What? When? When did this... When? Pardon? Oh, remember the out-of-town scoreboard I did at the top of the stream? Where the Coyotes were kicking the Rangers' bums? Yeah, the Rangers are up 6-3. Yeah, they do that. They do that. Don't worry, Arizona. I know that feel. I get it. Oh my God. Very cheerful questions. DJ, of the likely opponents, who would you pick in the first round? Oh my God. Okay, well, the likely opponents are Tampa or Florida. Oh my God. Oh my God.
First 3 or 4 minutes really important to settle your
Oh my God.
Continue to play solid hockey.
I'm going to say Florida because they have not won back-to-back cups. Like, I feel like that's the answer, right? We're talking about the Leafs, who are a team who has struggled to get it done in the playoffs, and we're going to feed them to the back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. Okie dokie. And we saw Carey Price stymie the Leafs in games 5, 6, and 7. And Andrei Vasilevsky has proven time and time again he gets better as series go on. So I'll take my chances with Bobrovsky. Or Knight. As long as it's not Vasilevsky. The dude's the best goalie in the league.
Now Clutterbuck on the second try, able to get it down into the Leaf zone. And
oh! What happened there?
Lost an edge, went flying into Morales.
How is play still going?
Now they'll
The net
stop
is in
play.
Narnia.
Martin with an apology wave in the direction of Mrazek.
And he got it back
Oh,
from
it's just
Mrazek
another
right
Leaf
away.
game where
You
Peter
see
Mrazek is
just
out of the
in
net
corner,
and getting
you
hits.
see a goaltender getting blown up, and a guy like
Flashback
Martin,
to
you go,
February
what the heck
2020.
happened?
What happened?
He clearly had no intent.
Oh, he blew a tire.
Mrazek caught it
Let's see.
early
He
enough.
got up right away like, I'm sorry.
Mrazek's turned around. He did see him at the
Yeah, he wasn't
last
even
second,
tripped.
but that could have been worse than it was. Fortunately, actually, Martin hit the post
Okay.
first, and that slowed him down a little
Sure.
bit. Didn't bowl over Mrazek that badly.
Peter Mrazek faced 18 shots in that 2-1 loss in Arizona, and he'll cover up here.
If you're a goaltender, tend the goal.
Tonight. We'll say hello
Oof.
to hilarious 1980s Newfoundland on Son of a Critch, Tuesday at 8:39 in Newfoundland on CBC and CBC Jam.
This was such an important game to get Mrazek back in and get feeling the game and feeling like he's contributing and belonging, and so much hockey upcoming as everyone's talked about, Chris. You've got to figure he's got to get in.
Feels like the third period is crawling along. After the first and second were so rapid fire. We're only 90 seconds deep into this thing.
That is high. And,
Leafs with a 3-1 lead.
fair catch made by Mrazek.
God, Mrazek's fun to watch. That's such a good mask. We have not seen nearly enough of that mask. That's good stuff.
Games getting canceled, but for
Don't you want to touch it? I want to touch that mask.
So early on, battle back, and then you're out
Look at
again.
it. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean,
Not only
right?
the physical rhythm, but more importantly, as every goaltender will tell you, the mental one. And
There's Jack Campbell.
Played the majority of the games, but it's been hard for him too, because Chris, so much time where there was no hockey going on, and he was on a hot streak prior to the break, and he's had a little bit of a sputter on the time coming back.
Barzell dumped it in. That went off the linesman, and the Leafs quickly play it back out. It was a low event second period, and that's what the Leafs were looking for with the lead. Here's a chance in front, but Nylander finds it first and skates away.
Thank goodness for Willie.
Kerfoot trying to keep up with him.
You know, the Leafs defense has taken a beating the last few games, and they haven't been good. Let's call it what it is. But they need more support from their forwards. And on that play there, Willie provided it. Tavares' shot is knocked wide, or at least I hope it was. Otherwise, it was just a real bad shot. Gilly's jersey in the front row. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Keeper Bellows, son of Brian, working it out. Brian Bellows, a guy who scored 465 NHL goals, a Stanley Cup with Montreal in '93. Mrazek a stop with the Islanders going to the net, and now fit a hit for Simmons. Kept in at the line. And now the Leafs get it out, didn't get a change.
About 3 minutes deep. I don't want to jinx it. Oh, Flames Oilers is going to be must watch TV tonight at 10. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to be distracted from making my LFR video tonight. Who's not watching that? Come on. Battle of Alberta. It's awesome. Where was I? Oh, yeah. I don't want to, like, jinx anything. But if the Leafs are able to hold the fort here, I feel like it would do a lot for them mentally. First of all, you're finally ending this godforsaken road trip. And I think it would be a huge boost to Mrazek, who has not played this season. And when he has, it's been a gong show. And not even his fault. This team has consistently played pretty terribly in front of him, even though it's only been 4 games. Heck, their bad play in front of him is what got him hurt. Oh! In one of the games. I think it was that game against the Sens.
With a point tonight, his 100th career point on.
But holding the fort here would be huge.
Should be worthy of a Hockey Night in Canada towel. Shot from the flank, kicked away by Mrazek.
And already at his goal total of last season, in the shortened season, he had 5. That's his 5th goal.
Oh, lost the glove. Ah! Okay.
That'll work Barzell, but Matthews knocked it off.
God, the top line's been so good tonight. Here they come. What a play.
Marner sends it back to Liljegren. His shot right on. And now Barzell.
Liljegren, he didn't look so good on the 1 goal against, but he's been real active offensively. And I think he feels real comfortable in that role. And the more he feels comfortable, the better he'll play. Although the Leafs got a world of hurt in front of their net right now. If they could just sort that out, that would be cool. Listen, okay, new rule. Do not make Peter Mrazek use his groin. Like at all. That's offside! No, it is not.
Saw the reaction from the bench. And
now okay, good.
There's the reaction there.
Let's see if I can get to more questions.
A 4-1 game at one end, and then now the matchup line with
Jared, is the leadership of Jake Muzzin missing? The reason, sorry, play developed there. The reason the Leafs defense struggles at times. I mean, speaking to someone, I think it was my podcast co-host Adam Wild, and he referred to Jake Muzzin as a Jenga piece for this Leafs defense, and it's perfect because is he the best defenseman the Leafs have? I think most people would say no, probably not. He's very good, but I would say it's probably Morgan Rielly. But they do not have a Jake Muzzin replacement. Rielly gets hurt, they could put someone into that role, and they would, I don't know, it'd probably struggle. But they could do it. No one on the Leafs or in the system replicates what Jake Muzzin does. The nastiness, the size that he plays with, the Stanley Cup experience, any of that. The beard. Are there any beards on the Marlies? I'm trying to think of any good beards. I don't think there are. A complete lack of beard! They have a couple big guys, but if you're asking Christians Rubens to step into Jake Muzzin's shoes, I think you're going to have a problem. You ask Rasmus Sandin to step into Morgan Rielly's shoes. It's not great, but it's a little bit more reasonable. Anyway, you asked about the leadership, specifically Pierre Engvall, who has decided he's an all-star tonight. Oh, we're throwing a break. It's the new guy here throwing a break. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends that we will be right back. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. To finish the thought that I had before the commercial break, Jared asked about Jake Muzzin's leadership. This team is not lacking in leadership. Spezza, Rielly, Simmons. Oh, dear God, as the Islanders get a scoring chance. It's better when you're in the net. You should tell him. You should tell him. Can you all, is anyone in the building tonight? Can you tell him? Has anyone ever watched one of these from the game? Nylander was tripped. You're not allowed to do that. Okay, apparently you are. Huh. To answer your question, this team is not lacking in leadership. but maybe on the back end.
Passes off to Barzell. Taken out there by
They are.
Tavares. Parisi feeds
Riley cannot talk about
Dobson. Can't get around Kerfoot, and it comes out to center.
his list of playoff victories and what he and his team did to get through it all. Some guys in the team can, but they can't do it from a defenseman's perspective. Mrazek with the stop! As the Leafs take a penalty, and probably well-earned, the Islanders crashing in. Is that Zach Parise looking to triple his goal total from the beginning of the night? Get out of here. What year do you think it is, Zachary? Oh, my goodness. Oh, what a move and what a goal. I specifically said... Oh, that's not Zach Parise at all. Anyway, one of the Islanders. I specifically said, do not make him use his groin. It is in his contract. As Morgan Riley heads to the box, me and my big mouth. Very, very big kill here for the Leafs, who already have a shorthanded goal tonight. Thought I'd throw that out there, but I'll also throw it out there that Morgan Riley assisted on that shorty. I used to refer to shorthanded goals as T-Pains. Jody! It's that joke. It killed years ago when he made lots of music and wasn't a streamer. But he's really funny now.
Just under 11 and a half minutes left in the third.
Islanders breaking out of their zone. They're catching up in terms of shots on goal, score effects in play. Mrazek likes playing with that glove. As we hit the whistle here, I want to read a tweet from Jeff Merrick, because obviously you're not watching Hockey Night in Canada, you're watching Watch a Leafs Game with Steve Dangle. Hello. So you might have missed the 32 Thoughts segment, but Jeffrey tweets, as I just reported on the 32 Thoughts segment on Hockey Night in Canada, the Arizona Coyotes have at least one offer that meets their criteria in a Jacob Chychrun deal. 2 former first-round picks and a first-round selection in an upcoming draft. Big, big news. Halfway through this kill here. Barzal puts it on. Oh, boy.
Marner ends up with it, and he gets the backhand of the line, and now...
I cannot believe that worked. I cannot believe what Mitch Marner just tried worked. Just a backhander with reckless abandon, and it somehow works. Great shifty play there by Barzal.
Jean-Gabriel Pajot.
Leafs penalty kill has been very good. Feels like the Islanders are getting closer. 15 seconds to go in this kill. Good hold by the Isles. Mikheyev real aggressive. Oh boy. Leafs intercepted. It felt like they had a chance to clear before that. Doesn't matter. Penalty is now over, and the third period is half over. Leafs still with a 3-1 lead. Can I get an oof madone in the chat? When none of you are Italian? Forget being Italian. None of you watch The Sopranos? You say it when you're nervous. You say it when you can't believe something. You say it when you're Polly Walnuts.
Sends it back to the line and lets off Marner.
Leafs have done a pretty decent job clearing the zone against the Islanders tonight. Yeah, the Islanders are catching up in terms of shots, but halfway through the third period to have the Islanders at just 18 shots, I would say is a victory. What? Are you out? Screws up the whole play. Screws up the whole play. Oh my God, it seems so easy for the official to avoid touching the puck there, and they did it anyway. Islanders fans probably think that was to their advantage because he knocked the puck to, I didn't see what player that was. It was either Joey Anderson or Wayne Simmons.
Now on the right side.
But it screwed up the whole flow of the play.
Islanders stick and out of play.
Morgan
Good grief.
Points in 11 of his last 15, but it's defensively where he also comes back. Just gets enough of that one.
Well, Leafs holding the fort so far, up 3-1 here on Watch a Leafs Game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends, and we will be right back. Three-one leads. They're good. They're good. They're good. Don't give me that look. They're good. It's important. Would you rather be up 3-1 or down 3-1? No, that's ridiculous. Anyway, we're back. Watch a Leafs Game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Screwed up my own name. Click like, click subscribe. You've heard it enough times. I'm going to leave you alone because there are only 8 minutes and 18 seconds left in the third period. And if you're a Leafs fan, hopefully this game, Leafs currently up 3-1. How about we get Tavares with the 4-1? Just turn the knife a little. You know? Morgan Riley, 5 goals this season. He's played well, though.
John Tavares won a defensive zone face-off. The Leafs go to work. A pass comes across.
People talk a little too much about the Leafs' lack of offense from the blue line. I think offense is not exactly the Leafs' problem. Their problem is not offense from the blue line. It's blue line from the blue line. Defense.
Firing it. Mrazek gets a piece of that.
7:45 to go in the third period. Islanders getting a ton of shots on net, ton of shot attempts, but very few are making it through. That one didn't make it through either. At least 3 shot attempts on that little shift there. None of them make it through. Neither does that one.
Gets another look, that time with Nilsson and Beauvillier. He seems to be one that has some energy.
Leafs have done a good job as thieves in the neutral zone as well tonight.
Well, it's not even the halfway mark of the season, but there's been a lot of...
I cannot believe Matthews doesn't have one. He's had such a good game.
On the island, about the island.
Marner, I can believe he has one. He's also had a really good game.
16 points now back at Boston, winning today, ending...
Again, what did I tell you? The Leafs doing such a good job holding the line.
Punting and that sails high and ricochets.
Confidently, this is their best game since they've returned from the Christmas/COVID break, whatever you want to call it. Bunting trying to draw one there. God bless you. I don't think that one's going to work. You already lead the league, bud. You're getting greedy.
As he is so adept at doing.
Shout out Carl Dahlstrom, by the way. Doing more swimming than sinking in a tough situation in his first NHL game of the year.
February 2nd at 11 p.m.
First Leafs game.
On CBC and CBC Gem, just around the corner.
If we can't get Tavares one, I want him to get one.
After the loss in New York,
Don't you love a feel-good story? Yes, you do.
the next day, but he's got to be happy here.
Mike, why have there been so few whistles? I don't think it has anything to do with penalties. I think I don't. Sometimes it's just coincidence, man. Like they haven't iced it really. They haven't been going offside really.
First meeting of the year between these
There's only been 4 goals. This game is zoomed by.
have broken through for a goal tonight. Leafs lead by 2 at this juncture. They got a third goal on November 21st in the late stages. And Ed Joseph Walsh.
Pretty big change from last week, eh? 11 goals. Oh my God. What a gong show. Simmons! Oh, that would have been amazing. He's had a good night too. You'll notice I'm saying that about basically everyone because I don't know. It's been a very complete game for this team. Speaking of good games, Engvall with the nastiest goal of his career at the end of the first period. Good keep.
Keeping it down there in behind the net. Camp is after it.
This is what we call pretending to try to score. They're just there to waste time. This is the third line. And yeah, I believed them for a moment that they were trying to score. They weren't, but I believed them, which is good. 5 minutes to go in the third period. Ilya Mikheyev creates a scoring chance. Can't quite control it. Alex Kerfoot. Tavares! Oh, I want him to get one. Good move from Sandin. Don't know if Keefe will like the risk, but it worked out well. Keeping it. Brings it around.
Tavares is on it. Back-to-back Leaf ships in the Islanders zone. That knocked down in front.
Ooh, Kerfoot getting beat up a little bit. Nylander loses the puck. Islanders lose it too. Leafs stuff it. Tavares sends it wide to Kerfoot. 4:20 to go. LOL, LOL, LMAO. It's the number that means things. Oh, I'm so nervous. Oh, God. Stop doing that. I'm so nervous. Mrazek, I love you. Top line out there for the Leafs. Islanders hold the line. Less than 4 minutes to go now. I don't know what that shot was. It was garbage. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm so stressed. Oh, I'm so stressed. Nylander, good chip out. And, oh, I thought Bunting had a chance at that, but I don't think he knew that was coming. Leafs ice the puck. 3 minutes, 41 seconds to go in the third period. Islanders just 20 shots on goal. And if it stays that way, that would be super.
You've got Dermott and Dahlstrom out there and a little bit tired, and you can see the veteran
Dermott and Dahlstrom out there.
A little time here to give his partner a bit of a break.
On the draw, Matthews.
Leafs with a bit of a scrambly forward line here too.
Bunting will force it out. And now it's Austin Matthews.
Here comes Matthews, one-on-one. Can't get it through. He's had issues getting the puck through, but man, he's been sniffing all night. Oh boy, Islanders attacking with speed. Mrazek. Oh, rebound there. Right to a defenseman. Leafs able to clear it. And Mitch Marner can't quite get the breakaway. Almost. Almost. I like that they're still going for it, though. Stick to what you're good at, you know? Mrazek, I told you. He's not allowed to use his groin.
With under 3 minutes to go, he has made 20 stops tonight.
Yeah, he had to struggle for that one too with Parise coming around.
Less than 3 minutes to go.
He was able to find a way through.
Islanders have now tied the Leafs in shots, 23-23. Low event game. Does not feel like that. This has been a lot of fun. 6'5" Engvall hitting 6'9" Zdeno Chara.
Claim that for the Leafs. Sandin ahead.
Less than 2.5 to go. Varlamov has got to be heading to the bench soon. Yeah, Islanders gained the zone. He's got to be gone. Yep. Islanders got 6 guys. Chara, did you know he can shoot? He can. 2 minutes to go in the third period. The Leafs still have a 3-1 lead, which is a good thing. No shut up. Yes, it is. I would get to your questions, but, you know, heart attacks and panic attacks and all those things that I'm having. Chara with a shot again. I don't like that. Again, the Leafs doing a great job getting in front of those. Oh! Rebound. Boy, Mrazek is powerful with those movements. Perhaps too powerful, but he holds on to the puck. Oh, 93 seconds to go.
That's the key there if you're defending 6-on-5. Here's a couple of examples. Get down right in the backside. Does Mikheyev get it? Unable to clear the zone. Another shot coming.
Can we get a "this is fine" in the chat? Everyone just comment "this is fine." Because this is fine. This is fine. It's fine. This is fine. It's fine. They're fine. I believe we have a timeout.
Trying to make a play here to cut it to 1.
Peter Mrazek, pretty safe to say his best game as a Leaf so far. That's a secret to life, kids. You set a low bar and you hop right over it. I don't know who that guy is, but he's very fired up about what he's saying.
Give yourself a minute to try to get the next one, and that was another learning lesson there on the Leafs side. Is you had Liljegren and Sandin a little bit fatigued, having to play that kind of situation. Mrazek made the saves when he had to, but when you're missing 2 key defensemen, those are the learning lessons along the way that the young
93 seconds to go, folks. 93 seconds to go. Brody out there. Riley. Kerfoot, Marner, Tavares. Bit of an edited line. Marner taking Nylander's place.
String of games as 50% or better in the face-off circle. That's one of the biggest face-off wins of the night.
Oh, Marner stick handling in a phone booth. Tavares can't quite clear, and then he does. Oh boy.
70 seconds remaining.
70 seconds to go in this game. Man, the way... No, never mind. Shut up, Steve. Mrazek with the stop. Islanders collect the rebound. 1 minute to go in the third period. Leafs with the 3-1 lead over the New York Islanders. Leafs again doing such a good job clogging up the middle there and blocking all those Islanders point shots. They're going to need some ice packs after this game, man. Tavares digging, the little thing king. Islanders come up with it though. Dobson at the point. Less than 30 seconds to go. I'm not going to say it. And I'm glad I didn't. Mrazek with the stop. And the net is back in Narnia. Oh, the tallest house in Oshawa belongs to my therapist. It's a castle. You can see it from space. Oh my goodness. This team, the things it does to my chest.
Unable to clear the zone. Dobson gets it back now. You got 2 bodies in front, a little chip pass.
It's weird. The Islanders really did run the Leaf show for a while.
But he was able to hold on.
And over their last few meetings, it has been the other way around in a big way. The Islanders can't seem to get anything going against the Leafs. 12 seconds to go. Good gracious. Do you believe in miracles? The Toronto Maple Leafs achieve and maintain a 3-1 lead. Whoa. My headphones came out of the jack.
Marner scoring on a short
Can you still hear me? Does that ever happen to Ron McLean?
Morgan Riley.
Jeff Merrick, Elliot Friedman, does that ever happen to any of them?
One more coming up from Ron McLean, and we've got
It was a chippy affair,
later tonight
as you can see from all the chippiness in the highlights there. Morgan Riley bravely putting the Leafs up 3-1, and folks, you're not going to believe it. They held. Oh! Can I get a "we did it" in the chat? Oh! We got a comment that says, "Woo!" It's W followed by 10 O's. That comes from my mom. I agree, Mom. Woo! Leafs win! 3-1 over the New York Islanders. And you know what? I got to say, if that game did not come with the baggage of the previous week and all the blown leads, I'd be like, oh, they look great. And they did look great. They did. They really did. But you understand why I could not help but be stressed out. Also, I don't know how to feel about this, Leafs fans. I don't. I was giddy to see producer Drew tweet, "Oh my God, the Avs are really going to lose this game." I don't know if I want to cheer for the Habs, but I do like watching producer Drew squirm. And right now, the Montreal Canadiens have tied the game against the Colorado Avalanche, if you can believe it. That game is 2-2. Devils beating the Hurricanes 7-4. Anyway, doesn't matter. None of that matters. Do you care about any of those teams? No, you don't. You care about the Toronto Maple Leafs. You ever yell so hard it screws up the focus? The Toronto Maple Leafs win 3-1 over the New York Islanders. My dad's texting me now. The whole fam is in on it. He says, amazing. I agree, Father. Are you watching on the big TV? Is the volume turned up? You having a couple pops? Pops for pops there? Whew. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Goodness gracious, goodness grief. Question before we go from Memento. It was hard to get to questions in this game. There were no whistles. Where do you think the Leafs will finish in the division? Oh boy. Here's the thing. I do not think it matters because I don't think there's a good place to end up. You prefer to have home ice. Right now, if it's based on points percentage, they would still be third in the division. So they'd be taking on Tampa. And Florida is significantly ahead of Tampa, at least in terms of points percentage. So you're looking at playing the Panthers or the Lightning, and you're basically choosing whether or not you're home and away. The Bruins, who are red hot, by the way, winners of their last 2 and 8 of their last 10, are 1 point behind the Leafs, or at least they were. The Leafs, I believe, are now 3 points up on them. Like, they're making the playoffs, but they're going to have to take on... Man, there isn't a good matchup in the East. If the Leafs get one of their own division slots, they're taking on one of the Panthers, the Lightning, or the Bruins. What do I prefer? An asteroid. And then if they get one of the wild card spots, we're talking about the Hurricanes, Rangers, or Penguins. Capitals are in the mix too. Leaf fans, I want you to get used to a concept. There are no easy playoff matchups. You will not get an easier one than you got last year, and they still blew it. So, let's not concentrate on winning April games in January. Let's concentrate on the fact that the Leafs, after a relatively tough week, played a hell of a game against the New York Islanders, got a 3-1 lead, and held it. Big game for the Leafs. Sick goal from Engvall. Great goal from Riley. Beautiful shorty from Mitch Marner to open it all up. And Peter Mrazek with his best game as a Leaf. Ain't it a beautiful thing? Folks, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this stream. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. This is Watch the Leafs Game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. The Leafs held a 3-1 lead.